The Sandbox NFT game continues to partner with massive IPs and brands, bringing them into their gaming ecosystem. Today, I'm going to break down some of my top asset NFTs that you can be getting inside this game and some upcoming ones you don't want to miss out on. Are you ready? Well, hey there, crypto friends. Thanks again for joining me. So today we're talking all about the Sandbox and some of the most valuable NFT assets that you could be picking up for the long term. Now, when I say assets, I don't mean the land of the actual game, so everything outside of land. So these are the NFTs that you would use when you're creating a game or for long-term holds for speculation. And this is a lesser known and traded type of asset on the Sandbox, because right now the land is always a hot commodity, but the actual NFT assets that you can get in a lot of different ways, I think are actually going to be very valuable over the long term. And I'm going to tell you why in this video and break down some of my top favorite assets that I think are going to be long-term holds for the Sandbox. But before we get into all of that, if you love gaming NFTs and earning money in crypto, then make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and smash that like button if you want to continue maximizing your gaming and NFT projects with me. Okay, so let's jump into some of these top assets. These are NFTs on the platform that people would be using inside of their games or trading on marketplaces like OpenSea. Okay, so here we are at the Sandbox website. And as you can see, they have a lot of really cool things coming up. They partner with a ton of different brands. So people like The Walking Dead, South China Morning Post, Avenged Sevenfold, Deadmau5, Smurfs, Hell's Kitchen, the TV show, Care Bears, Atari, all kinds of different brands are coming into this. And there are specific partner NFTs that all revolve around this. So when they do these land sales, they do what are called premium lands. And the premium lands always come with themed NFTs that are around the focused land sale that they have coming up. So when you look at some of these NFTs, right now, they're one of the biggest ones that is about to drop here and you don't want to miss. They're doing a 4-week sale on this, is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is invading the Sandbox. I did a video all breaking this down, but essentially they're going to have a bunch of different NFTs that are going to accompany the different lands that are going to surround The Walking Dead's lands inside of the Sandbox. So the Walking Dead team is going to be creating game experiences or social experiences within the Sandbox on their lands, and you can actually have land around those lands. And so in these premium land sales, you get the land plus you get some bonus NFTs, right? So they don't talk too much about that here on this page, but they went into detail here for this sale. And so there are going to be a total of 3,700 lands. 500 of those lands are going to be premium. So they'll be they're not all going to be premium lands, and these are the ones usually that are closest to the main plot, right? So you can see here's wave 1, and then there's wave 2, and then there's 3, 4, and 3 and 4. So there's going to be multiple different waves here, and they're going to be doing it in a little bit of a different style. So every Thursday, starting at 1 p.m. UTC. I wish they'd vary up the time a little bit. That's 6 a.m. my time, guys. Come on. Sebastian, where you at, man? Give us a better time for Pacific time zone people and people around the world. If you're doing 4 different drops, I really wish you'd do it at different times so you could get a premium drop time for everybody. So each of these premium lands will include a bundle of 5 exclusive NFTs. And so they're going to have NFTs like Glenn and Rick and Negan that you can get. These, I think, are going to be highly sought after NFTs in the long run, especially for those people who love this beloved IP, this beloved brand. So you look at the there's a bunch breaking it down. So wave 1 is kind of going to be around what they call the prison. Wave 2 is going to be around what they call the Commonwealth. Wave 3 around Alexandria. And then wave 4 is going to be a little bit of a different breakdown. And they're going to put some more information out about that. But when it comes to these NFTs, the extra ones that you get with the premium lands, in particular, these special NFTs that you get that you can only get through buying land, and they're very limited, they tend to sell for a good amount on the open markets. And so these NFTs in particular for The Walking Dead, I think are going to hold some good long-term value. This is one of the biggest IPs that they have brought in so far. They've done a bunch, they've done quite a few. And but I would say out of all the ones that they have brought in, this is one of the biggest ones. It has one of the biggest fan bases and in one of the greatest, one of the nicest styles. But if we go over to OpenSea and we go look at the OpenSea market here, we can actually see what the actual results are. So you look at something like this, there are only 651 NFT assets on sale for the sandbox. That's outside of land. There's lots and lots of land for sale. So if you talk about land, there's 996,000 different items for sale. Only 651 of those are actual NFT assets. That makes these NFT assets way rarer than the actual counterparts for the land. As much as land is sought after, these NFT assets I think could actually have some good long-term value, because they're going to be very rare. People are not going to be able to get them, and not only them being traded as a highly sought after, old school commodity, something that has history, that has value to it, like we've seen with a lot of different NFT projects on Ethereum, but things that are just simply rare, like you can't get them. So you can see some of these top assets that have come from some of these special premium drops are going for a lot of money. Some of the recent sales here, 10,000 sand for the Zepeto, 2 Ethereum for the large carnivorous plant, which amazingly enough, someone is selling it for less than what it was sold for last. But then you see things like this collaboration drop with CyberKongs is going for almost 1 Ethereum. Same thing with some of these other ones, like these dragons. They did this was some of the most early drops that they did was with these premium lands, was with these dragons. So some of the very first premium land drops are going for the biggest amount here. I mean, half an ETH, 0.4 ETH, 0.3 ETH. Then things like Satoshi Tribute, you can see a lot of the dragons here. Papa Smurf here, they did a big drop with Papa Smurf. With the Smurfs, and so a lot of these assets here I think are going to hold long-term value. In particular, some of the ones that were dropped in premium lands, and then the collaboration drops. There's been some really good collaboration drops that we've seen. Now this is in contrast to some of the creator drops of things that we see just on the generic sandbox store. So if we go to the actual market here and we can look and see some of these NFTs for sale, they're still able to be able to buy these and here on the actual marketplace, which you can find here. But in general, the creator created NFT drops don't hold value, I think, as much, because they don't have as high a value. So you can see some of the ones like Care Bears, these were all sold out. Atari stuff, these were some of the early drops. These you could only get these with the premium lands, and so you can see all these have been sold out. They have very low supply. They did ones with Binance as well. You guys know Binance is huge, and they're going to have massive lands in the sandbox, and there's going to be some really cool things I think coming to their lands. Maybe a sand ATM. Maybe you can actually just get sand from an ATM in the game, and it directly converts it through your Binance account. I mean, there's so many cool things. Avenged Sevenfold has done things. And you can see those Zepeto ones, there was a very small amount of those put out, and you can see they're very expensive and they've gone for high dollars. So, Deadmau5 has done stuff, and, we've seen quite a few other things here. So, F1 Delta Time. So I think a lot of these special featured NFTs are actually going to hold a lot of value over time when it comes to the other NFTs on the platform that are not land assets. So I definitely encourage you guys to look at the Walking Dead sale that's coming up here pretty soon. If you're watching this video a little bit later, they're having multiple sales, so don't give up. You could be getting some of these really highly sought after premium lands. So you're going to get the land, and we know land is going to go up in value. We know that. But I think the NFTs for some of these really cool ones, in particular the Walking Dead, are going to increase in value over time, and as the games start to launch their actual games once the sandbox is launched. So hopefully you guys like that breakdown of some of my top NFT assets in the sandbox. Do not miss that Walking Dead sale. I'm going to be in there getting those premium lands. You're going to have to fight against Stash for getting yourself some premium lands that have Negan or Rick or Glenn or some of your other favorite characters and items bundled with those lands. Let me know what you guys think about the sandbox. Are you still bullish? Are you still holding sand? Are you investing in the land? What are you guys doing in the sandbox? I want to hear in the comments below. That's all we have for today, folks. Until next time, stash that crypto, friends.